Day 23 of making a video every day. Something different today. It's story time. By the way, it's story time while you're watching me walking home from work. I'm still here. Don't worry. Look, there I am. Hello. Oh yeah, it's also raining, so that's fun. All right. I just passed my old office I worked at in 2019 when I first moved to London. It brought back one very clear memory. My first year in this city, my first job in this city, I was loving it, but also in the midst of a steep learning curve. I was working hard, long hours, good stuff, but just like a challenge. One day, I got told to fly to Portugal to work on this important, urgent project. Without boring you with the details, I got told, off your pop, come back in a couple of days, this thing needs to be sorted, figure it out, report back. Straight to the big dogs, pressure's on, good luck, we're all depending on you. So naturally in my first year and barely knowing what I was doing on the best of days, I was quietly freaking the fuck out before I even went on my way. I spent the next couple days under the pump, trying to figure out this project, working around the clock with this looming deadline. And to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I was making some kind of progress, but it was like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and then looking up, realizing you've taken 1 step and a million to go. Womp womp. After a couple of days, I had to fly back to London and face the music. 6 a.m. flight, 0 sleep. I went to the airport, boarded the plane, and I just remember as I was hunched over my laptop as the plane took off and sunrise was streaming through the windows of the plane, I just stared blankly at my screen. I knew I was stuffed. I closed the lid and thought, well, that's me fired. I completely waved the white flag. This was a catastrophe. I'll be sacked. I'll have to resign. I'm done in London. Guess I'll move back to Oz, rebuild my life. It was over. The plane landed. I went to the office. I sat down for the meeting. As I sat in that office, glumly saying that it was mission failed, and then waiting to get yelled at and kicked out, probably looking like a sad, sleep-deprived dog waiting to be taken out the back, I waited, and I waited. And all I got in reply was this soft smile. And more or less, okay, no problem. Let's give you some more time. Let's figure this out together. Let's get some more help. The sky didn't fall in. Over the coming few days, yeah, the work plowed on. It was pretty ugly, but we got there. 2 key things happened that day that I didn't really know at the time, but I'll never forget. The first was that, fully aware of the no-so-subtle implosion that I'd got to, my boss quietly got to the higher-ups first to say I'd done my best, but no bueno, so be warned and go easy. In that moment, he had my back when he could have thrown me under the bus. The second was that the higher-ups, understanding the situation, decided to choose empathy. They stuck with me, and eventually we all got it done. Not just that day, but for years to come. That alone was a lesson for me. A bit of faith goes a long way, and it pays forward endlessly. The other lesson, though, was that nothing really valuable is learned in what's easy. Even though that 48 hours was one of the most stressful I can ever remember, I learned more in those 2 days than easily 2 months before, and probably even 2 years before if I was kept in safe waters. I remember going back to more, quote, standard projects right after this one and feeling like I was on holiday. It just felt so much easier, so much clearer, because by comparison to the complexity of what had just happened, it was a walk in the park. We only get better under stress and discomfort. Of course, ideally that will be measured and fairly dosed out, ideally at our own pace, blah, 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 blah. But easy rides, easy jobs are a waste of our time. What's the point in coasting along without any growth? The mystery, the beauty in that, whatever you want to call it, is that in the moment, we don't get to really see it. We mostly only feel the immediate resistance and roughness. But perhaps in willingly confronting that resistance more consistently and intentionally, we can hopefully filter these experiences for what they are. And then hopefully we can be kind enough to ourselves to understand the difficulty and growth come together. They're one of the same thing. So look, I've lived in London for 6 years now. It's a tough city, a great city, no doubt, but anyone who's lived here or somewhere like here, I think will agree it can be tough. But I know without a doubt that if I didn't move here, take that challenging job, voluntarily confront challenging experiences like that, then I'm sure life would still be fine. It just wouldn't be as rewarding. And I don't know if I'd be exactly the same person. There's nothing categorically better or worse about that thought. I just kind of find it interesting to think about. And the same for you as well. Without your own challenges, you'd probably still be here. You just wouldn't be who you are. That's it today, mate. I'm almost home. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.